What is the best way to advertise your business? There's a lot of options. There's a lot of options that are confusing, but there's definitely some ways that are more cost-effective. There's ways that generate better quality leads than others. So in this episode, we're going to look at a lot of the pros and cons of the different types of advertising so that you can figure out what's the best type of advertising for you. Now, what I'm really good at is I know how to take an expert and turn them into a thought leader. And I'm going to show you the marketing strategy that I use to do that. This is also a strategy that really helps you develop referral quality leads. A lot of marketing or advertising out there generates a high quantity of leads, but they're pretty low quality. You've really got to filter through a lot of those, but the strategy that you're going to learn here will help you generate referral quality leads. So let's dive right in. Okay, so we're going to break things into a quadrant here. Okay, we'll do paid advertising and we'll do organic here. So we'll put the pros here and we'll put the cons over here. All right, so one of the biggest pros of paid advertising is immediate visibility. I'm going to just write it simpler. It's fast. Okay, so paid advertising is a lot faster. Okay, another benefit is it's a lot easier to scale. You can scale up a lot quicker and a lot bigger. So pretty much if you find something that works, you just add more budget and you can scale it up. Now, depending on where you're advertising, the advertising platform probably has a lot of different tools that you can use to really target your audience. Now, you will need to test and experiment with different audiences to see what works. But because it's fast, you can do that in a relatively quick period of time. Another advantage that you have with paid is that you can do fast iterations. I'm just going to put test because you can test things back and forth and get quick results. Like if you have two different landing pages, you can know very quickly which one performs better. And I guess that talks about two things. That talks about like iterations. You can make a lot of different versions and make tweaks and changes fast so that you can test. And so that becomes really helpful. It's also pretty easy to know your ROI. You can look at reporting and you'll know what's working and what's not working. So those are a lot of the pros of paid advertising. Okay, so now let's talk about the cons. The first big con is the cost. This can be very, very expensive. And in the short term, meaning the first few weeks or even the first few months, you might not be turning a profit because you're doing a lot of testing and tweaking. You're figuring it out. So you can go through quite a bit of money. Now, I have a lot of friends and colleagues that spend a lot of money here and they're profitable with it, but get this. What if you were spending $300,000 per month to generate leads and your business was generating $400,000 or maybe $500,000 a month in revenue? So there is a profit margin there, but what if you have a rough month? What if you spend $300,000 and you don't make that much? I mean, so that is pretty risky, but the cost is going to be pretty high for paid advertising. Now, another con to paid advertising is that ads are temporary. The ad is only there while you're paying for it. So if you create this ad and you pay for it to be there, but you stop paying, that ad then goes away. Another con of paid advertising is ad fatigue or shelf life. I'm just going to put that they die. So ads that are working today are only going to work for a certain amount of time. You've always got to be changing and trying new things and coming up with new creative. Another con is that this can be complex. If people have a small budget and they're not able to iterate and test as much, they might not be able to figure it out. And probably the biggest con for paid advertising, by default, you're going to generate low quality leads. You're going to get a high quantity, but a low quality. You're really going to have to filter through these leads to find customers. So now let's talk about organic and some of the pros of organic marketing. So it's a lot more cost effective. Now you can hire expensive videographers and use expensive gear, but you can also film on your phone and you can get great results. But even using a filming team, you can film in bulk and stuff like that. So either way, it becomes way more cost effective. You're never going to have to spend like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on something like this. It's also evergreen. So where paid ads are always going to die, they're always going to expire, this content is going to continue to work for you for years and years to come. You make one video, you post it to YouTube, it's going to generate leads for you now, 6 months from now, 6 years from now, it's going to continue to be generating leads for you. So on top of that, I like that you can really build momentum, meaning all the work that you do in the first month doesn't go away. So the work that you do in the second month just adds to it, and the third month and the fourth month. So it's like that snowball just keeps bigger and bigger. So here, if you kept spending $300,000 a month and continue to bring in $400,000 a month, Compare that to here, your income can actually grow. You keep putting in the same effort, but you keep getting bigger and bigger results. Now, a big pro is that this is really good at helping you build a relationship. That's one of the biggest reasons why you generate low quality leads up here, is because they've never heard of you before and now you're pitching to them and you get a low quality lead. Where here, you really have a chance to build a relationship. They don't feel like they're being sold to. And so the types of leads that you generate are referral quality. If you can't read that, that says referral quality. But are there any cons of organic? Obviously I love organic, but what are the cons? Okay, one is time. It takes effort and energy, and both of these take time to implement, but the results take time to come in as well when it's organic. Typically, I'll launch a campaign on YouTube and I start to see results from that after about 3 or 4 months. And if I've got a 7-figure business and I launch an organic campaign on YouTube, it's typically going to take a year before I can pull in a 7-figure revenue stream from YouTube. Now, a lot of people, if you're asking what's a con of organic, is they're going to talk about targeting, in that it doesn't work, that it's really hard to target. The specific way that I do organic marketing, it works really, really well. You can hone in on who your target audience is. So that's actually an advantage of organic on my strategy. And over here where I put ROI and really understanding the return on your investment, because it takes a long time, then it can really be a slow reporting process, or slow to figure out what that ROI is. The ROI can be huge, but it just takes a little bit of time to get there. Now, a lot of businesses that I've worked with, in fact, the ones that are the most successful, they have started with paid so that they can do a lot of testing. They can do a lot of iterations and figure out their funnel and fine tune that sales process. So by the time we turn on an organic strategy, there's already a machine that's running, and it's just like pouring fuel on the fire. So let me show you a sample of what success on YouTube begins to look like. Okay, so if you come to YouTube and you type in this phrase, buying vacant land in Florida, notice who's at the top. That's Brent Bowers. He's a client of mine in Florida. Or if you type in, are fixed indexed annuities a good investment? Stan the Annuity Man, a client of mine, he's at the top. What is the role of a superintendent in construction? You'll see Jason Schroeder, he's in position 1, he's in position 3 and 4. He films here at the same studio house. Pre-foreclosure cold calling objections, you'll see Nicole Espinosa at the top, she's also in position 2. How to leverage credit to build wealth. Okay, you'll see again Laurel Langmeyer, position 1 and 2. Do you want to know the secret of how we dominate YouTube like this? Check this out. So taking you behind the scenes here, this is a spreadsheet for my client, Noelle Randall. I've been working with her for 4 years prior to what I'm showing you here, okay? You'll see that all of these questions have the 4 words, real estate investor find, okay? But look at this other group, all these questions have real estate investor become. So on my tree analogy that I teach, these branches are pretty similar, real estate investor find and real estate investor become. But when you group them this way, there's actually a lot of difference. Noelle looked at this first branch and she said, you know, when I see them grouped this way, that's actually not my target audience. So I don't need to rank for each of these titles here. But this one, the become branch, ooh, this is my target audience. I want to dominate. Anytime somebody asks one of these questions, I want to be at the top. So it was really helpful to see that. And so then we took each of these questions from both branches. We went to YouTube, typed in those questions to see where is she currently ranking. And we did this in February of this year, February 10th. So for this branch that she didn't need to dominate, you'll look at the right and you'll see a lot of yeses. You'll see a lot of startings and a few no's. Yes means she ranks at the top of YouTube. Starting means you have to scroll down, but she's in the top 20. And no means we didn't find her. So she actually already had a lot of traction in this branch. But again, this isn't her target audience. The branch that she does want to dominate, we checked the ranking on February 10th, and you'll see it's majority no's. So this is a big opportunity. We were excited when we found this. And so if you look at the filming date column, you'll see that we filmed 5 episodes on this branch in February, 3 more in March, 3 more in April. And if you look at the progress of our ranking over the next several months, by April 18th, we had turned those 2 yeses into 8 yeses. By May 16th, even more. And by July 3rd, majority yeses. We are dominating this branch on YouTube now. I want to teach you my 5-ingredient leaf strategy so that you can get these same results on YouTube. So you can market your business in this organic way, so you can generate leads from YouTube for your business. And these are referral quality leads. I've created a mini course. It's called the YouTube Lead Gen Blueprint. It's only $17. And if you go through this course, you'll be able to get the same results that I've showed you here. You'll get this organic type of traffic, all these benefits. I'm not preventing you from doing this. Just know what the pros and cons are. You can really fine tune your funnel this way, but you're going to learn how to get these benefits in a way that's really cost effective, that's predictable, that's going to give you this built-in audience on YouTube and generate these referral quality leads for your business. So go to youtubeleadgen.net. You'll learn about this course. It's called the YouTube Lead Gen Blueprint. It's $17. I'll see you there.